¿En serio? ¿Y qué más hiciste? Pues ayer Cody y yo fuimos al, 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 Everyone who has learned or is learning a language has experienced the same situation. You are trying to remember the right word to say, but suddenly your mind goes blank. Mi nombre es Maria, and in this video I will give you some tips on how to learn vocabulary and what to do in case you forget words in the middle of a conversation. Let's start with learning vocabulary. In order for you to learn properly a word, two things have to happen. Número uno, you need to see it a lot of times in different contexts so the word is familiar to you. And número dos, you need to have a reason to use those words so the word is memorable. The problem with learning vocabulary is that probably you are trying to learn words out of context or isolated words. And maybe you don't have a particular need to learn them. So this is my tip. Put the words you learn in a context. Use full sentences rather than isolated words. For example, learning the word martillo by itself, it's not good. It's better to learn it in a full sentence, like this. Una herramienta básica es el martillo. Once you create a context and a familiarity framework, what you need to do is use it. Use it or lose it. Once you start creating the need to use that word, you will be forced to remember it every time. The problem is that probably when you have a conversation, you will forget the word. That's what's most likely gonna happen. But you know what? Don't worry. Forgetting a word is part of the natural process of learning. And the more you try to use that word, the more you will have or the more you will be forced to learn it. Now, what are you gonna do when you are actually having a conversation and you forget that one word? I am going to give you some tips that I used when I was learning English. Tip number one, describe the word. Okay, you might not know how to say this, but you can try to say this. Cubo, agua congelada, transparente, frío, sólido. This is why putting the words in a context is so important. It will give you the chance of resorting to synonyms or related words, and it will let the person you are speaking with help you with the vocabulary that you need. Número dos, use your body language. When I was a teacher in Colombia, some of the places I used to work at didn't allow us, both teachers and students, to use our students' mother tongue. Instead, if a student didn't understand the word, we would act it out or we would use sound effects. It may seem silly, but it really helps you get your messages through. Número tres, take a guess. The other day, Cody and I were trying to have a conversation in Spanish when he said,
¿Tú eres alérgica a la lactosa, yo creo?
Cody didn't know the word lactosa, but instead he tried to use the word in English and try to make it sound Spanish. He was right though. English is influenced by many languages, so you could try and guess. You could be right and you could be wrong, but at least you're trying, right? Well, that's it for today's videos. I hope the tips helped you or gave you an idea of what to do in a situation like that, and also an idea on how to learn vocabulary if you had no idea how to do it before. So if you have other tips or if you have a story that you want to share with us, write us in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe. And also remember, if you're gonna learn a language, why not Spanish? Ciao! Mi nombre es Maria, and in this video I will give you some tips on how to learn vocabulary and what to do. In order for you to learn properly a word, two things have to happen. Number one, Número uno, you need to see the word in different contexts many times, so the word is familiar with that. Okay. And maybe you don't have a particular need to use them. No. And maybe you don't have a particular need to learn them. So this is my tip. Put the put the words. For example, learning the word martillo. When I was a teacher in Colombia, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, but now what do you do when what do you do when you are actually having a conversation and you forget the words? Are you gonna let that that's it now. Número uno. You need to see the word I can't. Don't put that in loopers. Okay.